Today, we're diving into a story of breathtaking creation and absolutely devastating destruction. We're going back in time to the very heart of the ancient Persian Empire, to a city of legend, Persepolis.
Just look at these ruins in modern-day Iran. They're like silent ghosts, aren't they? Ghosts of one of the most magnificent cities the world has ever seen. For almost 200 years, this place was the glittering centerpiece of the Achaemenid Empire. And then, just like that, it was gone.
And that's the big question we're tackling today. How does a symbol of immense power, a city that was literally built to last in eternity, just get wiped off the map? Okay, let's get into it.
So first, we really need to understand what Persepolis was. Because, it wasn't a city in the way you or I would probably think of one.
The name we all know, Persepolis, actually comes from the Greeks. It means city of the Persians. But to the Persians themselves, this place was so much more than just a city. It was the spiritual and ceremonial heart of their massive empire. It was a statement, built to project power and prestige across the entire known world.
And wow, what a contrast to the ruins we just saw, right? This reconstruction shows Persepolis in its prime. Just try to imagine it, enormous halls held up by these towering columns, with every single surface covered in detailed carvings. It was an absolute jaw-dropping masterpiece, designed to intimidate and impress anyone who walked through its gates.
And that incredibly impressive design, well, it all served a very specific purpose. The vision for Persepolis wasn't just about being big, it was about ceremony.
You don't build a city like this overnight. This was a project that spanned generations. It all kicked off around 519 BC, really driven by two of Persia's greatest kings, Darius I, who laid the groundwork, and his son Xerxes, who saw it through. They poured the wealth of their entire empire into creating this one monumental place.
So here's what makes Persepolis so unique. People didn't really live here all year round. The best way to think about it is like a grand, spectacular stage set. It only truly came alive for special occasions, especially for Nowruz, the Persian New Year. That's when delegations from every single corner of the empire would travel here to pay their respects and bring these lavish gifts to the King of Kings.
And you can literally see that story carved right into the stone. The carvings on the main stairways show all these different delegations. You've got Lydians, Armenians, Ethiopians, all in their unique traditional outfits, marching in line to honor the king. It's like a perfect snapshot of the empire's huge diversity and power, just frozen in time.
For nearly 200 years, Persepolis stood as this unshakable symbol of Persian might. But all of that changed with the arrival of a new, seemingly unstoppable force from the west.
After conquering most of the known world, the Macedonian king Alexander marched his army right into the heart of Persia. And when they finally reached Persepolis, well, the city's fate was pretty much sealed. The end came fast, and it came in a blaze of fire. Ancient writers describe a night of just total chaos and destruction. These dramatic paintings, even though they were made much later, they really try to capture that moment, the moment the grand palaces were just swallowed by flames.
But why did it burn? That's where the mystery really begins, because historians are still divided. One theory says it was a cold, calculated move. Alexander was getting revenge for the Persian king Xerxes burning down the Acropolis in Athens about 150 years earlier. But then there's a second, much more dramatic theory, that it was all an impulsive mistake, sparked during a drunken victory party, maybe even at the suggestion of a courtesan named Thais.
So which one was it? A symbolic act of war meant to completely erase a rival's legacy? Or just a wild night of partying that got tragically out of hand? The truth, well, it was probably lost in all that smoke.
So the fire turned this magnificent city into nothing but ash and rubble. But in one of history's greatest ironies, that very same act of destruction would actually end up preserving its deepest secrets.
It's an amazing paradox when you think about it. The same inferno that brought down the palaces of Persepolis is the reason a crucial part of its story survived for thousands of years.
So get this, the city's administrative records, all the boring day-to-day stuff, was kept on thousands of simple clay tablets. When that intense fire swept through, it didn't destroy them. Instead, it baked them solid, like pottery in a kiln. And these tablets, preserved by the disaster itself, have given us this incredible, detailed look into how the Persian Empire actually worked.
After it fell, the city was pretty much forgotten for centuries. But slowly, bit by bit, it started to re-emerge. European travelers in the 1600s started writing about these mysterious ruins. By the 1800s, inscriptions found right here were the key to cracking ancient cuneiform writing. And finally, in the 20th century, modern archaeology brought its full story to light, and it's now recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
And that brings us right back to today. The ruins of Persepolis are still standing, a really powerful and kind of sad reminder of a lost empire. They're a testament to both incredible human ambition and our capacity for destruction.
So, a city that was built to show off eternal power was destroyed in a single night, but its deepest secrets were saved by the very fire that consumed it. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other stories are just waiting for us out there, baked into the clay and hidden in the ashes of the ancient world?